back together again. Got the world. Oh, sorry. This is Duke Ellington.
Many things. Revisiting many worlds, many lifetimes.
Yes, indeed.
And your lifetimes include.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Indeed.
Was that our first?
Marissa Ellington?
Was that our first show together?
I think so.
It was our first show together. Sophisticated Ladies, 30 some odd years ago, celebrating the music, of course, of her grandpapa, Duke Ellington. And she's a freak of nature. She's got a portrait hanging in her closet.
Somewhere in a closet.
Oh my God. I mean, she looks exactly the same. And she's fabulous. And what an honor for us not only to do this incredible show with the most incredible cast on the face of the earth, but to celebrate Duke Ellington and to have Merce as our conductor and some of the original band members.
Yes.
And such.
And of course, her father, Mercer Ellington,
Yeah.
who was just amazing to have a chance to work with, and the incomparable Gregory Hines.
Oh my God. And Phyllis Hyman, the late Phyllis Hyman.
80.
No, 80. 80. We started in 80 and ended in like an 82 on the Broadway. We did the Broadway. We were the part of the original cast.
Original Broadway cast.
Yeah, and it was just an amazing thing to be part of.
2.5 years?
2.5 years on the Broadway. And then, of course, they had the LA company, and then they toured, right?
Many tours.
All over the place, all over the country, all over they even went abroad.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Japan and right.
Remember, we did the I Love New York in Paris?
Paris and London.
So you toured as well.
We didn't tour. There was a program that then President Reagan at the time had this whole I Love New York campaign, and he would promote theater, and so he would bring like the understudies from the Broadway cast to go out and celebrate the shows, and we were part of Sophisticated Ladies, and we were understudies to Judith Jameson, Gregory Hines. We went out to promote Sophisticated Ladies in London and Paris. Time of our lives.
It was a fantastic time.
Oh yeah, it really was.
It was Phyllis Hyman's first Broadway show.
Wasn't Nell Carter with you as well?
No.
I'm sorry, that was another show.
Yeah, that was Amos Behaving.
It was around that time. They started in the 70s.
Yeah,
Amos Behaving, and we were 80.
yeah, 1980.
But they were still running while we were running. Oh, it was.
Oh, but
so
what a
pretty and
time!
amazing.
But what a time to be on the Broadway, because all these shows, we would go from, during intermission, we would go from show to show and visit our cast members, catch a little bit of Dream Girls down the street.
Second act.
Yeah, a little Nine was diagonally across the street from us, and so it was just an amazing time to be in the theater.
'Cause I was doing Your Arms Are Too Short to Box with God, and I left that to do Sophisticated.
You did? I didn't even know that. The great Adrian Bailey, we love him. The best thing ever since sliced cheese.
Incredible, Valerie Pettiford.
Since sliced cheese.
Wonderful. It's so nice to see such great history with Mercedes and your love of the
I love her so much.
We had a 16-piece orchestra on stage with us, so when we came on stage as dancers, they were right behind us, and you wanted to stop and just turn around and stop dancing and look at
just
them.
like relish in it,
Yes.
no doubt.
And just hear this music and how it inspired you to move.
Yeah, then that was the
just
key.
Amazing.
And not only that, I mean, to see the dancers that were executing this material, but also to have Merce 80s Ellington dancing and singing in the show. We're talking about you, darling.
No.
Yes.
Listen, I have
We're talking about you.
some bones here. So
She's picking bones. We're telling them we're doing a love fest on how much we love you.
Oh, well, you see, this was a very
We love her.
unusual company because we were like family. I mean, a lot of Broadway companies are like family, but we went through some things you do not want to know.
Ooh, the Broadway. No, yeah, she's the only one that can divulge that.
We were out in the street walking up and down and carrying on strikes and things.
Yeah, it was a lot. A lot of things changed because of our show.
New York City was still in default, essentially.
Well, yeah, but we in rehearsals we had to go get Gregory from the train station and all.
Oh, it's
because
so
they fired
much.
him, and we said no, we're not. And
As
We're
a
not-
cast,
Phyllis Hyman.
we bonded together and said, no, we are not doing without him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the producers were beside themselves. They couldn't believe.
Yeah.
They said, but you have to.
It's like, no, not
and
without our Gregory.
Phyllis Hyman and Terry Klausner cried until they had no voice. So they said, we cried until we have no voice, we can't sing.
Yeah.
They had to cancel that sold-out
They
matinee.
Sold out.
Bring him back.
And they and we went,
They brought him back that
brought him
evening.
back.
Yep.
So he
And the
played-
rest is history.
Yep. Yep.
So it's so many things in the show.
That camaraderie, that
Yes.
kind of energy is it's so hard.
Well,
to
we
find.
went through hell and a few thousand choreographers to get the thing done. I mean, every time we turn around, come in the room, there's
A
another
new
choreographer.
choreographer. We were
Yeah.
literally going during our breaks, going into like corners
And
in the
saying,
theater
"What the hell?"
with another choreographer to learn the same number
Yes.
choreographed by a different choreographer to see which one they're going to use. Going against our union rules that we were supposed to be breaky, and they would say, "Come over here."
Yeah, yeah.
Learn this, learn that. Yeah.
And then having to rehearse one show in the day and do another show at night, you
Right.
know, while we're rehearsing this and learning new material, and that's what made Gregory crazy. He said, I can't learn all these new lines. I can't, change like in one night. He said, gradually fill it in. They refused to listen,
What's
so
the story
they
behind
fired
why
him.
there were so many choreographers? Why is it
Well,
just the right one? It just wasn't.
nobody was satisfied with what it changed. In the beginning, it was supposed to be a book show.
Right.
It was supposed to be about the orchestra. Then they changed their minds.
Right.
So, in the meantime, Donnie McHale, who was the original choreographer, is a brilliant choreographer, does Ailey, fabulous, doesn't tap worth nothing. So there was all the show. I mean, we're talking about a show that involves Cotton
Con
Club.
Club and hoofing and the
Yeah.
whole the 9 yards.
So then they get Henry Latang, and that was because of a suggestion from Gregory, and because Gregory that was their teacher. Gregory and Maurice they were taught by. So here comes Henry. Henry comes in, and he's teaching things, and then I don't even know if this was real, but Donnie got really sick with some stomach upset. I don't know if he's having some ulcer situation. So they decided, per Gregory's suggestion, to get Michael Smuin, because Gregory didn't know that much about dance other than tap, but he thought that Michael Smuin knew what he was doing, and Michael Smuin was really a ballet person, period.
From San Francisco.
From San Francisco Ballet.
And so he comes in, and he's supposed to be doing this Broadway show, and it's ballet, So we're trying to figure it out, Yes, it was very difficult to understand. And also, people were getting divided. I mean, it was doing things for people's heads. I don't know how
Yeah, it was
other people stayed on track. It was an incredible.
And that's why we needed each other so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was
luckily,
us against the world.
We bonded right in the beginning, and we
Yes.
didn't know what we were in for, but we needed each other so
So
desperately.
essentially, you had your out-of-town tryout in Manhattan.
Well,
No.
No,
we
it
went
was
to
it
Philadelphia.
was no,
Yeah.
it was this was all out of town.
Philadelphia and Washington,
and to
D.C.
DC.
Philadelphia, Washington. Now, should we tell them about Dream Dogs?
We'll say that for another time.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. During intermission,
Yes, we had to.
the
amuse
guys'
ourselves.
dressing room would put on full-on performances
Yes.
of just
We
things
needed
that they
to laugh.
create.
We had to relieve ourselves.
And they would create full-on productions
Yes.
with costumes and all
Costumes and
kinds of stuff.
everything. The-
It
even-
was amazing.
The dresses would help them.
Yeah, the talent, the
They
talent pool in that
Yeah.
show was ridiculous.
It
I
was.
just thank
Absolutely.
God I was
And
a part of
It was
that.
a brainchild of Manny Fox of the Fox brothers. And he had this idea, and he came to my father, and he talked about it. My father didn't know diddly about any Broadway show, so my father asked me to come in and meet Manny and talk to him
Wow.
and give him some ideas and find out what he should do. And I'm the stupid idiot who recommended Donnie McHale, because I knew that Donnie was doing some theatrical stuff with the Ailey Company. And I said, well, maybe he could cross over,
Right.
So there we went,
So it was
Far
an
be it.
experiment.
Yeah, and then he wasn't even going to put me in the show.
Oh,
He was not going to. I was supposed to be just a consultant.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I want a job. I got to make my unemployment weeks.
wow.
Jeez.
And we were so blessed to have her.
Yeah, it was amazing.
2.5 years. That's a great run.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a hell of a long
It was a hell of a show. It was a hell.
Consequently, now I have 3 pieces of titanium in me. 2 of them are due to a sophisticated lady. And unbelievable.
Thank you.
She's from the Smithsonian.
Come on in, Down.
Well, I have something to hear.
Down, say your name again.
My name's Marquette Foley. I'm at the Smithsonian Institution.
She's fabulous. Wait, come, bring the camera back around. Bring the camera back around. Bring it back to me. Bring it back to me. And I just want to say how fabulous this incredible human being is. I'm just saying, she's amazing. Okay. I'm just saying.
Well, fabulous knows fabulous, obviously. My name's Marquette Foley, Smithsonian Institution. I was taken by your two voices talking about the brilliance of artistry with sophisticated ladies. You described the bonding, that you bonded earlier on and you didn't know how much you needed.
And
there was something so brilliant.
P.J. Benjamin was
Oh my God! I haven't seen him since the 70s.
It's the old gang. The old gang.
Oh my God.
Baby.
Oh my God. Extraordinary, PJ Benjamin. Oh my God. Extraordinary. I'm sorry, baby.
Well, it's the brilliance of art. Your brilliance. It's art. It's just the way you talk about it, the way you live your life. I just wanted to hear you riff more about that. That's really all.
You know, I've done, as we all have, a lot of Broadway shows
We
and
call them
theater
Mr.
in general.
Broadway.
Yes.
But
Mr. Broadway.
I have never been in a company that
I don't know why
became
you're not.
such
You're
a
Mr.
family
Broadway,
and
too.
became so. We knew. We got together after the shows and would have dinner and we looked around each other and someone said, "We are really talented." And you don't get a chance to feel that a lot. It's like so much competition, and so we were so invested. So when anything the producers had, or the choreographer, anybody had something that we felt was not going to work for the show, we would get together and talk about it. And so when they fired Gregory, they were so. Their mouths were open, the producers, and we said, no, not without Gregory. And they had to find him and bring him back that evening. And
What an amazing show of loyalty, though. You don't see
it doesn't happen.
Well, the one thing, another thing going on, the extraordinary talent of the show.
Yeah.
Every person in that show was a star in their own right. I mean, there was no. It's like, yes, there might have been, the roles of starring and featured and no. Each person is a star that could carry any show by themselves, and that's what was so extraordinary. So you had a star quality, and how many cast members was there?
Well,
8 ensemble.
8 principals.
So it was like 16 stars on the stage working together.
That's brilliance. That's revolutionary.
Working together. There
That's
was no
art.
ego tripping. There was no nothing. It was just everybody
You
celebrated.
had no corporate umbrella hovering over you.
Yeah, everybody celebrated each other and loved each other.
We had five major producers who really were gathered by Manny Fox. I mean, I can't stress this enough about Manny Fox. But when we got together and started rehearsing and doing things together, there was like, whatever happened to somebody, one individual happened to all of us.
Yeah.
It reflected on everybody. And we didn't work on it. It just happened. It just evolved that way. It was not a deliberate thing. It was just because we went through so much material. I mean, you can understand there was 3,000 songs that the man wrote, and he had to pick some. So how many songs can you do?
Yeah.
Fat and 40. But
Yes.
Lordy, she's my meat didn't quite work.
You try to be a little white boy singing. You're fat and 40, but Lordy, you're my meat. I'm still trying to make that work. And that was actually an Al Hibbler song, and he was there opening night. He was open at the party at the Tavern on the Green. I remember.
We can't even see.
Memories.
No,
I was trying everything. I was putting a mousetrap on my thing and everything. I was supposed to be a janitor sweeping the spot.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
that
Oh
was
my
that
God.
old, circus thing. But that we were talking the other night about After Midnight, and we were talking about. I said, "Why are you getting so excited about After Midnight? After Midnight, that's the son of Sophisticated Ladies." I said, "You don't know what we went through and what happened in After Midnight. Same sources. We went through to the same sources for the material, dance-wise, structure-wise, the Cotton Club, whatever it was." And we came up with things that I think were really worthy. And the answer I got from, what's the name of the guy, the director?
Michael Schmidt?
No.
For midnight?
For,
It wasn't
for
Charles,
after
Charles
After
and
Midnight
Randolph Wright, was it?
No,
No, and for
that's
not
right. Tip of my
Charles.
tongue.
Yeah.
He was the maybe he's the choreographer, not
They
Xavier.
described him as orchestrator.
But he was saying, well, that was 30 years ago. I said, wait
Yeah.
a minute. Yeah, 30 years ago, but we were there and we went how many years back to get what we did for our material?
Yeah.
That was more than 30 years.
Well, it speaks to the brilliance, again, this brilliance of you all at the table, on the stage, interplaying, really seems to me catching lightning in a glass. I know it's not supposed to be done, but you all did that. That's just kind of a one in a lifetime. And then on the wings of Ellington and that creativity. It's just something so phenomenal about what you described and what you went through and how you fought and how you won.
Well, you talk about the bonding. We even had a baseball team. And we had cool uniforms too. We had a lot of the, we had
That's
Richie
right.
out
Oh,
there,
my God.
and your father played first base. He did.
Started the equity baseball.
No, it was already going,
Yeah, it was
but we
already
had
going.
fantastic uniforms.
Yeah,
I
our
still got
uniforms
it
were the
hanging
best.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were cool.
Play in Central Park.
Central Park,
That's
we were
right.
playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Gregory
God.
Hines was shortstop. Mercer was first base. I was catching. Oh, it was a great team.
God.
It was
Yeah.
great.
So was bubbling like the first? I did bubble.
Yes.
Oh, you did bubble.
So was
Bubbling?
like the first.
That was going back, bubbling and
And-
Before sophisticated.
yeah.
Yeah, Bubbling was definitely before.
76.
And then at the same time, wasn't it Black and Blues?
Black
we
and
came.
Blue,
yeah.
yes.
So Black and
No,
Blue.
Black
was,
Blue came later.
no, I'm saying, but it came later. But we were running at the same time. Didn't we overlap?
I think
Right.
Like the last year.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
There
So,
were
but
like
it was
seven
phenomenal.
Black
What was great
Broadway
about
shows
Sophisticated
going on.
Ladies, it was a mixed show. It was not an all-black show.
That's the thing.
We
You
got
know,
an
these
award
are
from
the
we got an
things-
award from the union. Remember for interracial casting. We were
Yeah.
the first to really do that. So successfully.
Yes,
was
because
a-
the chorus, for no reason at all, was black and white. I mean, whereas you see in After Midnight, there was an all-black this and an all-black that.
I actually can't believe I got hired. They called me. They said learn a Duke Ellington
because
song.
you were so fierce in that. What was the show that you did before that? With
Charlie and Algernon.
Charlie and
Yeah.
Algernon.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy from Charlie and Algernon.
But they said-
who
they
was
said-
Charlie and who was Algernon.
The mouse.
Yeah, the
I actually danced with the live mouse on stage. And I
Okay.
taught that mouse to dance. But they said, come in, learn an Ellington song. And I was like going, okay, I'm listening to Ella. I'm listening to, Mel Torme. And I'm going, I don't really have an Ellington song. Ooh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I did my audition song. And I can't believe they hired me. My audition song was Mammy.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Really? Oh my
What
God!
was
Brave
I
soul.
thinking?
Brave. Brave.
I can't believe you got hired. Either.
I can't.
Wow. Hilarious.
God.
Hilarious.
I guess they
Yes,
saw
it
through
was.
that.
It was.
Well, it is so great that you're devoting so much time to these panels, and I love that we got this impromptu panel going right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these
It'll
kind
get
of
us warmed up
stories-
for,
These kind of stories are so important.
Ugh.
Thank you.
And thank you.
And to be continued.
Yay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Take a picture.
We're just taking a picture. We taking a pose picture or we do pose picture?
And then we come all behind and everything.
And then you all stand behind.
We want to get behind.
And I'll take the bag out of the picture.